Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Rachel Rogers TV. I'm your host, Rachel Rogers, and today I am coming to you from a conference room here in Hoboken, New Jersey, right outside of New York City, where I am hosting my company's annual retreat this week. So we just wrapped the second day of our 5-day annual retreat. So what I wanted to do in today's episode is just share with you some of the reasons why I chose to have an annual retreat for my team every year, and some of my tips for how you can host an awesome annual retreat for your team. Now, my team is remote, so the annual retreats presents an opportunity for us to just be all in the same room, to break bread together, to bond as a team, and to work on things that are easier to work on in person than they are to do online. Another reason why I host these retreats every year is because it gives us an opportunity to just shut things down and totally work on the business. When you are working in your business on a day-to-day basis, serving clients, trying to hit deadlines, and doing the things that have to be done every day, all of the things that are really important to grow the business can just fall by the wayside. So for us, when it comes to building systems, creating new programs, finding new and exciting ways to surprise and delight our customers, sometimes those things that build the business and that is working on the business fall to the bottom of the to-do list because we have so many deadlines to reach every day. So this is our way of just clearing our schedules and making the time to get those things done, because those are the things that will truly grow our business, that will keep our customers happy, that will keep my team happy, and that will also keep our profits happy. Yes, your profits need to be happy. So if you are thinking that you would like to host an annual retreat for your team, here are some of my best tips to make it a super successful and productive experience. So my first tip for you is commit to not doing the daily work for a week. Now, you're probably thinking, whoa, I cannot afford to not work for a week and just shut things down. Well, neither can I. So this is how I go about doing it. First of all, it takes some planning, okay? So you have to think ahead. So this week has been blocked off for quite a while, and that means that as we were setting deadlines and looking at what had to be done, we made sure for the past 2 weeks that anything that was due anywhere near the retreat was out the door over the past 2 weeks. So before this week came along, so that there was no client deadlines that we had to meet for this particular week. The other thing that I do is allow my team to work for 90 minutes a day during the week of the retreat. So you don't have to be completely shut down for the entire week. What we do is just have 90 minutes. Each person on the team has 90 minutes a day to work on their usual tasks that they usually do every day in the business. So how this has worked out so far for my team this week is that we wind up spending about 30 minutes in the morning working on responding to emails, checking voicemails, and things like that. Then, usually around lunchtime, we'll take another couple minutes to just check in, see what's going on, make sure there's nothing urgent that we need to respond to. And then at the end of the day, we take another couple of minutes to just check in, see what's going on. So it winds up being no more than 90 minutes a day that each team member has to just check in and see what's going on and making sure they're moving the ball forward or responding to really important emails. So that's how you can make sure that you have the week clear so that you can have an awesome retreat. The other thing I want to add is that having diversified revenue sources is what can really help you to clear out a week without worrying about hitting your revenue targets for the month. So for example, we sell various products that generate lots of revenue for our business in addition to our services. So that means if I'm spending a week not talking to new customers and bringing in new business, it's okay because I have a lot of products that are selling that make up for that loss in service, potential service income. And I have to say, just today alone, we sold thousands of dollars in services without any of us actually working. Okay, so my second tip is to figure out what you want to accomplish during the week of your retreat ahead of time. So here's how I did this. I created a Google Doc for my team that was a way for them to all put their suggestions about what they would like to accomplish, what systems they would like to build, what programs they would like to think about, what planning they wanted to do. So we have this long list going that every team could contribute their recommendations. And so once we had a complete list, I took that list and chose items off the list that we could accomplish in a week and that were also in line with our recent recent painted picture. Now, if you don't have a painted picture, you might want to go back and watch that episode of Rachel Rogers TV. But that's how we came up with the plan of what we wanted to accomplish this week. And then we had a simple agenda in, again, a Google Doc that we have been following this week. So as we work on things, we cross them off our list and just keep checking back on that list to make sure that we are making the progress we want to make. That will ensure that by the end of the week, you've accomplished everything you wanted to do during your retreat. So my third tip is for you to use this opportunity to get everyone on your team on the same page. During the annual retreat is a great time to review all of the stats of the business, including your financials, to make sure you look back on what has happened, so that will help you and inform your decisions about how to move forward. So, for example, my team started this retreat by reviewing our financials. So we went through our financial reports, looked at where we hit our targets. We were able to see months where we did exceedingly well and say to ourselves, okay, what did we do those months? Let's do that again so that we can make sure that happens all the time. And then months that were not so great, we could look back at there and say, hey, what happened there and how can we avoid that? In addition to the financials, we also looked at all of our different kinds of stats. How many people do we have on our mailing list? What's going on there? What's causing people to join our mailing list? We were also able to see how many customers are we serving? How many of those customers are becoming repeat customers and buying additional services or products from us? We were able to see how much of each product or service we're selling. What are our best sellers and why? So looking at what you've got going on in the business is a great way for you to decide how to move forward and to create really good plans. So I always recommend during a retreat, start by looking back at what's happened so far, and don't forget to also look back at what you've accomplished so you can celebrate those accomplishments. And then once you have that information, you can make really smart and strategic choices about how to move forward. So those are my 3 tips for hosting a productive and inspiring annual retreat for your team. Even if your team isn't remote, I highly recommend it. And even if your team is only 2 people, still do it. Take the time to clear your schedule and work on your business so that you can make amazing big things happen. So that's all I have for you today, folks. Thank you so much for watching Rachel Rogers TV. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend. And if you never want to miss an episode of Rachel Rogers TV, just use the subscriber box below to subscribe. It's just like DVR. All right, well, I'm going to finish my annual retreat this week, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.